Have you found that you've had to reinforce and protect your boundaries in order to earn that respect? Do you find that people try and test you?
Of course they do. I work with hundreds of team members every single day who have their own points of view and their own perspectives on what they want the work to look like, what they want our culture to look like. And I think I've had to wrestle with this so much because I want to create an environment where people can be successful. My definition of leadership is making other people's success easy. So if I'm going to be a leader, I'm going to make other people's success easy. How would I go about doing that? What type of environment would they need to be in order to actually make their success easy compared to their alternative, which is going down the street and trusting that some other leader is going to make them more successful? And so I really wrestle with who I need to be and what the boundaries are that I set for myself. And one of the things I've gotten so much criticism of online was when I publicly shared a TikTok about firing somebody because I found out that she was cheating on her significant other, and the other person also had a significant other. And as soon as I found out about it, I terminated both of them immediately. And it's so shocking to people that,
Wait, someone was cheating with someone in the company?
yeah,
Oh, and they both had partners
yeah,
outside of the company?
both had partners outside of the company. As soon as I caught wind of it, it wasn't even like a split second decision. Well, I guess it technically was a split second decision. It's like, I can't have this in my environment, especially somebody close around me. People trust me and should trust any leader to help them make their success easy. Am I making people's success easy by putting inside that environment people who are going to erode the values of the group? No. Success for most people isn't getting a divorce from their significant other. Success for most people looks like figuring out how to have the success in their professional lives and in their financial lives while also being able to have a spouse. I wouldn't want my husband going out to work and being in an environment where the company was just fine with people cheating on each other, lying to each other, and not having a code of ethics, doing drugs. Like, none of that is something that I want inside my environment, because it's my job to make people's success easy.
One would say that's none of your business what they're doing when they go home.
I figured that's where he was going with it. Yeah. Listen, I to some folks that can be a little controversial. To me, I don't think it's controversial at all, right? And here's why. It's her company, right? And she's setting the standard. If you're willing to do that, what are you willing to do with this business? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, the buck stops with her. It all falls on her. If the thing falls apart, it's on her. It's not on them. So it's up to her to protect the business, right? And then we can talk about integrity and that whole nine. But then also, if we just want to talk about the relationship aspect of it, right? Let's say two people are dating in a company, okay? He clapping his cheeks. So when she walked by the desk, he ain't paying attention to what he's supposed to be doing. He paying attention to her. She paying attention to him because she knows she got her cheeks clapped by him. So they got this whole little thing going on. They ain't really working like they supposed to be working. You know, even on their lunch breaks, like they going, you know what I mean? They coming back a little late. So the company is losing money, right? Because they not doing what they supposed to be doing. But on the flip side, what happens when things go wrong? What happens when she no longer getting her cheeks clapped by homeboy, but they still work in the same business? Can I put y'all two on the same project together? Are y'all going to be able to work together effectively, knowing that you just had a falling out of this little relationship that y'all had? Are you still going to be able to work together, or is it going to be a major issue? See, and if you can't, now you're most definitely a liability, because I'm putting you two together because I thought you could work well together based upon your skill sets. But now you can't because y'all went outside and did some other things. And I know what the people on the flip side are going to say. Yo, this happened off work hours, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure. But at the end of the day, once again, as a business owner, the buck stops with her. If it falls apart, she can't look to them, the two people who was doing X, Y, and Z, and be like, hey, yo, fix this. Like, no, like, She got to fix it. You know, so at the end of the day, I don't think she's wrong at all. Protect the brand. Protect the brand. You know, and like I said, we can go down the route of, you know, just personal integrity and that whole sort of thing, bro. You got a whole, both of y'all, you got whole spouses at the crib. Y'all got whole different lives at home. And when you come to work, y'all doing this? Come on now. Nah, bro. But then also, like she said, she doesn't want her husband, you know, working in a work environment where that's just kind of, oh yeah, whatever, la da 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 da. Like, nah. If y'all want to do that, go work for another company and do it. Make your own company and y'all can do that together. But not at my company. Because also, if this becomes major news, you guys remember the well, I forgot what concert that was. The major executive and then the chick. You guys remember what they did, like the cam and homeboy that he was hugging up on her like this, you know, and then once they saw themselves on the jumbotron, they like duck down. You don't want that being exposed as your business, do you? You see what I'm saying? Because now that looks bad on your business. Now you really affecting the bottom line. So yeah, no, you can't have that. You can't have that. I agree with her 1,000%. 1,000%. You find out about something like that going on in your business, fire it immediately. Fire it immediately.
It is my business, first of all, because it was with each other.
Yeah, but they're not doing it at work.
Well, there was not to get into specifics of the particular event, but it happened to be around work related.
But if it wasn't at work, you still wouldn't
Even
make
if it was, I would fire the person immediately.
So you'd fire someone for cheating
Absolutely.
on their partner?
Absolutely. I can't have cheaters. If they're going to cheat on the person that they're supposed to spend the rest of their life with, do you think that they're cheating on their work? Do you think that they're going to cheat on our clients? Do you think
Bingo.
that they're going to have the ethics and morals and judgment to not be so distracted with their own personal ethics situation that they can actually focus and do a good job? That person in any environment is a liability to the environment. It's a complete liability.
Some people have...
They aren't going to be able to focus, bro. You know you clapped old girl cheeks. She know you clapped her cheeks. Y'all walking past each other, kiki and ha and smiling ear to ear, trying to sneak off and, you know, get your little touchy feely joints going on. Like you're not working at your highest capacity. And if you expect me to pay you the way that you deserve to be paid, because everybody says they deserve to be paid some high ass wage, but they don't. But if you want to be paid at this high wage, I need you working. I need you getting things done. And when you got this going on, you're not getting stuff done because you're not fully focused. And then if y'all fall out, that's possibly even worse because now y'all can't even work together. Now there's friction within the workplace. She gossiping with these people, you gossiping with them people. Now they beefing. Now the whole workplace is shut down. Now ain't nobody working together because of two people. Old boy couldn't keep his Johnson in his pants and she couldn't keep her legs closed. Now the whole workplace is all messed up. It's all messed up because of two people. Now how do you fix that? Now I got to fire everybody, bring a whole new fresh crew in to try to fix this because it's already tainted. You can't leave those same people in there. It's already tainted. You see what I'm saying? Like that little thing can spark something major. Got to be fired. Got to be fired.
You know, things in their personal life which are very different to the way that they show up professionally, though. People do all kinds of things in their personal life.
It's terrifying. Because,
listen, the way that I see it is if I expand the scope of my concerns, I'm going to get fucking nothing done. So if I start, you know, going into who they at home with and in bed with and what's going on in their personal life, unless they bring it to me, obviously, when you're the founder or the CEO, people bring you stuff and they say, look, this is going to impact my work. But, you know, boundary, I don't want to be the government of your fucking personal situations as well. As long as it doesn't show up in the office. If you've ever worked in
How do you prevent it from showing up in the office? By stopping it before it even starts. Like, once again, don't get me wrong. I understand the other side. Like, yo, that's happening outside of the company. Yeah, sure. But it's going to affect what's inside the company because these two people work here together. So yeah, listen. If I'm that business owner, yeah, I'm firing them too. Both of them. Effective immediately. Pack your stuff and go. Now I'm not going to embarrass you and and make a whole show about it. If y'all want to tell the employee, your former co-workers about the situation, y'all can tell them. I'm not going to say a single thing. And I'm also not going to, expose your wife or your husband if they come asking me. Y'all can answer them questions why you got fired. I don't know. But y'all got to go today. Immediately. Matter of fact, I'm going to have security pack up your stuff. You could just wait out at the front door. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are not going to destroy the workplace. At the end of the day, it all falls on the owner. It doesn't fall on the employees. The employees get to go home and sleep comfortably. If the whole business burned down tomorrow, they get to sleep peacefully. They can find another job. The business owner, hell no. First off, they concerned with the fire, but then also, or the situation that doesn't necessarily have to be a fire, but just the business messing up in general. The employees get to go home and sleep peacefully. The owner, if the business fails, they fail. Depending on what type of business it is, they possibly got big loans that they took out for the overhead and things like that. So yeah, gotta protect the workplace at all times because it all falls on you. I agree with that 100%. Y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comments. If you agree, if you disagree, why or why not? Explain it to me, especially if you disagree with me. I want to know your reasoning why. All right. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.